Are you ready to take your action to the max? Today we're checking out the GoPro Hero Max, and we're gonna unbox it, do some initial impressions, see is this as cool as GoPro makes it out to be, because is anything as cool as companies make it out to be? Let's find out. What's up everyone, I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. But before we crack this thing open, I would like to thank my friends over at B&H Photo for loaning me this GoPro Max to make this series of videos about. And if you'd like to get your very own after we unbox this, maybe it will be amazing and I just don't even know. I mean, we're shooting in 1080p now, so maybe it'll be totally fine. If it's fine, there will be links in the description below. So I'm actually really excited about this camera. I do like GoPros. The Hero 8 Black I think is a great camera, but it's got some problems. The Hero 7 Black is still my favorite. So, okay, I'm getting caught in the trap of talking too much because you don't care. You just want to open this box up. Let's get to it. So I'm very excited to see this is a 360 camera. This isn't exactly like a straight up action camera like the regular GoPros, but it has some neat features that I'm very excited to check out. So we've got the GoPro Max with Max Hyper Smooth. I just feel like every time I say Max, we should have like lightning bolts, like some kind of thunder sounding. So like, I guess I won't make it. Maybe we'll see if I'll dub it in post. We've got the GoPro Max, some very exciting features. It's a 16.6 megapixel camera. It does 5.6K 30. So here's really quick, I do want to explain something. If you're looking at a 360 camera, when it says 5.6K, it doesn't actually, like right now we're shooting in 16:9. That is not what you're gonna get out of here. You're not gonna get a 16:9 image that is in 5.6K. It's talking about the entire sphere that you will then be able to pull a regular image out of. So just think about that before you buy one of these, if that's not something you're looking for. Comes with some things, we'll find out. It got the GoPro app already installed in the camera. So 16 megapixel, like we said, 5.6K, 2x slow motion, 1080p streaming, max time warp, max hyper smooth, everything's max. Oh god, last time I promise. Okay, enough. Let's do this thing that I hate from GoPro every time because it just ruins the basically the resale value of the camera every time. It drives me nuts that they do this. So we will put the camera itself. We'll put it to the side for a second. We want to see what kind of cool accessories they give us. The odds are it's not much. This is my sarcastic smile face that my wife hates. I do that to drive her crazy. So let's put the camera over here for a second. Let's see what we've got in the box itself. And it looks like we've got more than we get in most other GoPros. So are these lens caps? Oh, I love this already. We get lens caps. Okay, GoPro, don't. This doesn't excuse not having replaceable lens caps on the GoPro Hero 8 Black. And wow, we've got actually a lot of stuff here. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Normally GoPro, when you open up their box, it's like, hey, knock knock, you got nothing. Knock knock, you got nothing. So we've got the protective lenses. Oh, we already figured that out. Not for underwater use. These protective lenses are not for underwater, but I don't get it. Like what? Oh, GoPro, come on. Look at this. Look at this, we get added lens protectors. GoPro, why couldn't you include something like this with the GoPro Hero 8? Look at that. We're gonna have to see how it affects the image quality, but holy cow, that is amazing. I don't know if I'm happy about this or I'm irritated because this is more expensive than the GoPro Hero 8, but it's already got things that the GoPro Hero 8 should have. GoPro, it's got a new battery, so what do we have here? We've got the new, it looks like a much longer battery, so my hope of being able to use my other GoPro batteries are dashed. Hopefully we will get some good battery life out of this, as it is going to be running two cameras. It's basically like two cameras smushed together. We've got the USB to USB-C cable, and a mounting clamp that goes with the other mounting clamp that we left on the box, because we were too excited. So let's check out the camera itself, because it does have, look, it's got a flip screen on it. How do we get the sticker off? There we go, let's take the sticker off. Oh, I love taking off tech stickers. It looks, I mean, the camera feels great. And one of the things, I have a very old video where we talked about the GoPro Fusion. I didn't really like the Fusion that much. It was big, it was bulky. You needed 2 SD cards to capture anything. The footage, I got it like right, I pre-ordered that thing, and when it showed up, the software didn't work the way it was supposed to. So I'm hoping that they've fixed that software since then, where we've got the battery goes here. It's got the SD card, it's got the USB-C connection for charging because it does not come with like a battery charger, but that's fine. You can lock the battery in, I like that. Much like the GoPro Hero 8, it does have the mounting, the built-in mounting options, which I like. I like this a lot because I've been complaining for years that GoPro needs a way to mount without a case. And I like a lot of the compromises they've made here where they still protect the lenses. And really the only point of failure that I'd be concerned about is this. But if you look here, it looks even easier to replace than it is on the GoPro Hero 8 Black, where all the screws seem to be much more accessible. I like the construction of this camera so far, much more than I like the construction of the Hero 8 Black. It's got the record button on top, microphones everywhere, because from what I'm aware of, this will do 360 audio. So if you do like a virtual reality thing where you're like walking around the camera, the audio will follow you around, which is pretty cool. So I really like these lens protectors. I like both the sets of the lens protectors, because look at that. It looks beautiful. Like, that is a gorgeous looking piece of tech. Max. Let's turn it on. Let's see if we've got any battery life. Beep, beep, beep. Look at that screen. I love screens of any kind, especially if you can use it to very reliably frame yourself. Legal stuff. I agree to you having my blood, GoPro, but you cannot know my location. GoPro app. Hold on, let's grab the cell phone. Okay, and we're back. GoPro app. Now, one of the things that I did like about the GoPro Hero 8 was just how easy and quick the app was to use. You say you use Bluetooth, okay? Look for cameras. GoPro, I've got a lot of GoPros. I do, I use a lot of GoPros. Don't judge. Don't judge. All right. Add a camera. Searching. 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 Connect camera. Connecting. Connecting. Pair. Beep, beep. I mean, look how easy that was. I didn't cut any of that out. It took seconds. It took seconds. I don't generally use the app, but you need the app to do all of the updates and to do all of the camera update. We will do this in just a minute because we'll need to charge the battery. So we'll play around with this and we'll update it, because we made the mistake of going in the unboxing of the GoPro Hero 8 and not doing the full firmware where like most of the functionality was in the day one patch. So we can lens switch. I like that. So, hey, what's up? We got the 10. That's the one thing. The thing that I really am already irritated about is the best you can get when you're doing the, like using the front screen is 1080p at, I think it's what, 1080p at wide? Can you do you can do 1440, but that's in a 4:3, so you're still basically in 1080p. You can do max, linear. Okay, so you can do linear, so you could vlog in 1080p with the linear field of view, which is pretty nice. Wide, max, SV, super view. That looks huge. We're gonna put an SD card in here and see how this looks on the indoor, but I already like this. It's got the max hyper smooth on. Pro Tune bitrate. Oh, we need high bitrate. So much like the GoPro Hero 8, you can choose your bitrates. On the GoPro Hero 8 though, the high bitrate only worked on the 2.7K and the 4K. We'll have to see if this works in the 1080p, because if you can get a 1080p with a high bitrate, I bet you it would look just as darn good as the 4K. Shutter auto, we leave all that in auto, but like if you see my tips, ISO max 400, that's all you want to leave this to. Sharpness, definitely not, we'll do medium. Color GoPro, we'll leave it, blah, 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 blah. Raw audio, I do like that it does raw audio still, so we're at 1080p, and we continue to have the little shortcuts that I do. I do really like the screen is very easy to use. Can we still cycle through the settings? Yep. You can still cycle through the settings. If you want to be in front of the camera, it's really easy. You just blah, 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 blah. You can then rechange the camera to do 1080p 30 on the other camera, which is neat. I do really wish it was 4K, at least 2.7K. Hopefully a firmware update will give us that kind of functionality. But all the options, like you've already seen, are all the same options that you get on every other GoPro. If you watch the GoPro Hero 8 video, and this is the hero mode when you use one of the lenses. And yeah, all the settings are all the exact same, it looks like, from the GoPro Hero 8 for the most part. Again, this is initial impressions. I literally just took this out of the box to see how it works. Let's grab the SD card and see how the image quality looks indoors, because we will do the update before we go out to do the outdoor test where we're gonna do this. I wanna see if that stabilization works, and I really wanna see how the 360 works. Let's see how it works. Okay, and we are all done. GoPro is updated and set, and I did take a screenshot of what the firmware update did. And you can see it right here. So it enables horizon leveling in video, which is the big thing that this camera has. Adds the time-lapse video and time-lapse photo. Upgrades to directional audio capture, the thing that I talked about. Enables 1080p live streaming through the GoPro app. So maybe that's just me, but as soon as I buy a piece of gear, and I know my family, like the ones that don't like live around technology, they don't always update it. So don't put it on the box unless it's included in like the day one firmware. That's not just GoPro, that's every camera. So what we're gonna do, let's test out the hero mode. So let's see what this looks like indoors. So okay, this is the GoPro Hero Max at 1080p in wide mode. So we'll also try out the linear here in just a second. But yeah, this is the indoor image quality. It's the exact same setup that you just saw on the EOS R with the light. There's the A6400, so everything you've already seen, but this is what the indoor image quality looks like. And I will say that from the screen here is super bright. Like I've got a big like bright light shining right at me, so it should be hard to see, but it's not hard to see. Like this is a very bright screen. Very impressed. So let's actually put it in narrow. Okay, I'll check out my media later, thank you. Okay, so now we are on the GoPro Hero Max in 1080p linear. And so one of the big things, the wide is great when you're outdoors and you're trying to get action, but it leaves that like gross fisheye distortion that nobody likes. Nobody likes. This is like a 90s thing. But this is linear where it's still pretty wide. I mean, look, if you wanted to see my apartment, look at my apartment around all there. But it still gives you like nice wide, but it should make this a lot straighter, like the edges should be straighter. But this is the indoor image quality, 1080p narrow if you wanted to use this as a vlogging camera. This is also the max stabilization. But one of the things is that the stabilization doesn't work as well when you're in low light settings. So hopefully this light in front of me is enough that the stabilization is working well. Because if I remember correctly on the Hero 8 when we did the video, it didn't work as well. Now, can we switch the lens? I was hoping that we could like switch the lens while in front of the camera. Nope, we can't. I was hoping to be able to like switch so you could see that, but if you want to then record from the other lens, swap, record. And there's you guys. That's what you guys look like to me. Hey everybody, that's me. There's another version of me that you guys see, but that's what you guys look like. That's nuts. I'm used to that. But okay, let's actually, so we've done the hero mode. Let's switch over into the 360 mode where we've got the option of 5K 30. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So now we are in the 360 recording mode, but what you're seeing right now, what I'm hoping you're seeing right now, is I can like show you different parts of this studio because I can change this in post. And we're gonna load this into the app in just a second to see if it works. So you should be able to see the EOS R, you should be able to see the A6400. You should be able to see my editing station over there that I'm gonna use in just a couple minutes to edit this video. And then back to me. If none of that worked, you've continued to see this one shot. But hopefully it didn't, and hopefully it worked, because I'm very excited to see how this works. So let's see, now that we are hand holding it, if we get any options inside. Yeah, this is just to test the stabilization and see if it gives us any more options. We will in just a second hop outside and do a vlogging test to see how this would work, but I'm trying to check out all this stuff because I'm very excited to see how. Okay, and it is now actually the very next day. It's the next morning. I let this charge up and I found out I was having some problems transferring the files from the GoPro Max to my cell phone. But what ended up happening is I reset my cell phone and it worked perfectly well, as you already saw, because you saw the 360-degree footage coming from the camera when you're able to do it in the GoPro app over caption. We'll go more in depth on that in a future video. This is just an initial impressions, just having some fun with it. And speaking of which, let's hop outside real quick to see how this works outdoors, because this could, if it works out like GoPro says it does, what are the odds of that, right? But if it does work like that and the 1080p looks good, this could be a fantastic vlogging camera. Let's check it out. Okay, and welcome to the vlogging test of the GoPro Hero Max. I am getting ready to go for a run, so I just decided to, combine the vlogging test and you know, my pre-run area a little bit. So we are recording in the 5.6K 360. So hopefully as we are doing this, I'm able to show you like the whole world around me. And I'm really excited to see how the stabilization works. That's the thing. The thing that the GoPro Hero Max should have over every other camera, like besides the Insta360 X's and the Insta360 their other cameras, it should have the best stabilization ever made. So let's see here. Ooh, underneath. We're on an adventure. I have no idea where I'm at right now. I came into the woods by my running area, so hopefully we don't get hurt or anything while we're vlogging. That would be good for clicks though, right? Ooh, we're making a jump. But yeah, so this is the image quality in the 5.6K where I have rendered it through my cell phone into a 16:9 image, and this is the audio coming straight out of the camera. So hopefully it's pretty good. I do like, the one nice thing about 360 cameras, when they work properly, I'm holding it in just one spot, but I could do anything that I wanted with this footage. And while 360 cameras haven't yet impressed me, I do think that as we go along, they will start to be a very big part of the action camera world, because when you're doing action, you don't have the time to like, I'm moving everything. You don't have time for that, so hopefully it works out. If you like this video, I bet you'd like this video of the GoPro Hero 8 unboxing, which will unlock for you my whole series on the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Thanks for watching.